Once upon a time, in the magical world of Neverland, Tinker Bell was happily living with her fairy friends in Pixie Hollow. One day, while she was flying through the forest, she noticed something strange. The flowers and trees in the forest were wilting, and the sky had turned dark. Tinker Bell realized that something was not right, and she knew she had to find out what was going on. As she flew deeper into the forest, she heard a loud roar coming from the direction of the Neverland Lagoon. She flew towards the lagoon and saw a monstrous creature, unlike anything she had ever seen before. It was huge, with long, sharp teeth and glowing red eyes. The monster had captured Tinker Bell's mother and was holding her captive in its lair. Tinker Bell knew she had to save her mother, and she quickly flew towards the monster's lair. She knew it would not be easy, but she was determined to rescue her mother from the monster's clutches. As she reached the entrance to the lair, she saw the monster guarding the entrance. The monster was enormous, and Tinker Bell knew she had to be careful. She flew around the monster, looking for a way to sneak past it, but the monster was too vigilant, and Tinker Bell was caught. "What do you want here?" "Little fairy," growled the monster. "I'm here to save my mother." "Your mother? She's mine now, and you're not going to stop me from keeping her," the monster said with a sinister laugh. But Tinker Bell refused to give up. She knew that her mother needed her, and she was not going to let the monster win. She flew around the monster, distracting it with her fairy dust. Then she flew past it and into the lair. The lair was dark and spooky, with long corridors and twisting passages. Tinker Bell flew through the maze, searching for her mother. She heard her mother's voice calling out to her, and she followed the sound. Finally, she reached a chamber deep inside the lair. Her mother was there, tied up with vines, and the monster was looming over her. "Let her go," Tinker Bell shouted, but the monster just laughed. "I don't think so, little fairy. She's mine now, and I'm going to keep her forever." Tinker Bell knew she had to act fast. She flew towards the monster, sprinkling her fairy dust all around her. The dust made the monster sneeze, and it dropped its guard for a moment. Tinker Bell seized the opportunity and flew towards her mother, cutting the vines that were tying her up. "Quickly, Mother, we need to get out of here," Tinker Bell said urgently. Together, they flew out of the lair and back into the forest. But the monster was not going to let them go so easily. It chased after them, determined to get them back. Tinker Bell and her mother were flying as fast as they could, but the terrifying monster was gaining on them. Just when it seemed hopeless, Tinker Bell had a brilliant idea. "Fly towards me, quickly," with a sprinkle of fairy dust. Tinker Bell made the branch spring them high into the sky, leaving the monster roaring in frustration below. At last, they reached the safety of Pixie Hollow, where their friends were waiting with cheers of joy. Tinker Bell's mother was safe, and they were surrounded by love and warmth. Tinker Bell's mother looking at her with pride. "I never knew you were so brave, my dear. You risked your life to save mine. It was worth it to have you back, safe and sound. I love you, Mom." As they sat together, surrounded by friends, Tinker Bell felt truly content. She had saved her mother, and with her family by her side, she knew she was ready for any adventure that lay ahead.